Samuel, who was already out with a hamstring injury. All three ruled to be in close contact with Bourne, so they too are on the COVID list. Let's now bring in Ian Rappaport for more on this. Ian, what can you tell us about Bourne's latest test result?
Yeah, let's talk about the Kendrick Bourne situation, because that certainly is one that has been fascinating to watch unfold. You mentioned the start of it. He turned out on the COVID-19 list yesterday after a positive test. Then he received his test results from today, and from what I understand, those were negative. But that does not necessarily mean that he is a false positive. It does not necessarily mean that all those players you mentioned, Trent Williams, Brandon Ayuk, and Deebo Samuel, who's an IR, it doesn't mean those guys are considered high-risk close contacts for no reason. In fact, 98% of the time, more than 100 times, this has happened in the NFL this year, where a player is a confirmed positive, then tests negative soon after that. 98% of the time, it turns out that the player is indeed a true positive. Obviously, we're going to continue to watch that situation with Kendrick Bourne. Meanwhile, I'm also told that the NFL and the NFLPA, as they review the situation, are keeping a close watch, asking the very real question, how much did Kendrick Bourne wear his mask? If they find that he did not wear his mask at all the required times, the 49ers could be looking at potentially some discipline here.
All right, Ian, thank you for that. Everybody out there, it's a great reminder, wear your mask. So the Niners losing some key parts on offense stemming from Kendrick Bourne's positive test, not to mention Jimmy G, Kittle, and Tevin Coleman already out with injuries. So let's bring in our three faces here, Michael Irvin, Steve Smith Sr., and Joe Thomas. Irvin, I'm going to start with you here. How's Shanahan going to make this whole thing work tonight? Who will the Niners really end up leaning on tonight?
Okay, just right fast. Excuse me. We do understand that all protocols are in place to prevent the spread, not prevent the contraction thereof, this coronavirus. So I just don't like that we always try, whenever somebody gets it, we try to make it look like they're the bad person that's about to ruin our season. I digress. Let me get to the business at hand. And the business at hand, Colleen, is what you asked me about. And there's so many players out, and I think this is just kind of a twist here, because Jerick McKinnon has been out 2018, 2019 with a knee injury. And now he is on main stage, and I think tonight must be the main man for Nick Mullins. He is a dual threat running back. He gets him, he can get it to you both ways. He can run it, he can catch it out of the backfield. And I believe tonight, right here, they got to get that ball out of Nick Mullins' hands and get it out of his hands quickly and give it to Jerick McKinnon. Now the report is out that Jerick McKinnon has what they call tired legs, because he hadn't played the last couple years. I just want to help him out. Everybody has tired legs. Get out there and take the legs and make the most of this opportunity.
Herb, tell him to get in the ice tub. That always helps with
Herb's coming out firing.
Wow, he's got a lot of topics he's covering tonight. Well, anyways, the 49ers, they're going to need to rely on Nick Mullins tonight. And anybody who's followed the Packers and the 49ers this season realized that the Niners, their run game's pretty good. And the Packers, their run defense has been... But with all the injuries to the skilled players for the Niners, it's going to allow defensive coordinator Mike Pettin for the Packers to be able to crowd that line of scrimmage, which, with the Packers selling out to stop the run, if Mullins is able to hit some early passes down the field and soften that Packers front seven, which he's been pretty effective at this season, I'm saying there's a chance. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I'm giving the Niners a chance here.
I love that. So I take a little bit of what Irv said, take a little bit of Joe, what he said, and let's put it on Kyle Shanahan. He needs to get the ball out of Nick Mullins' hands extremely fast, run the ball when they run the ball effectively. 30-plus, they are outstanding, 11-0. But if you don't run the ball 30-plus times, 6 and 7, right? So they got to get the ball out. And listen, Nick Mullins is holding the ball 2.61 seconds. When Jimmy G's out there, 2.57 seconds. Get the ball out quick, get it out of Nick Mullins' hands fast, super duper fast, hot potato fast, and run that football and play defense, because we all know that the Green Bay Packers cannot stop anybody running the ball. So guess what? run the ball.
Oof, we saw that last week with Dalvin Cook, and man, did he run all over them. They could use all the support they could get this week, the Niners.